If your garden soil has stopped producing like it used to, plants are stunted, leaves are pale, or water just runs off the surface, you're not alone. Many urban and backyard gardeners face the challenge of dead soil, especially in older beds, containers, or neglected plots. The good news? Reviving it doesn't require a big budget or fancy store-bought products. With a few clever tricks, most of which cost less than $10, or nothing at all, you can bring your soil back to life naturally. Let's get straight into the fixes that actually work and won't empty your wallet. One of the cheapest and most effective ways to inject life back into tired soil is compost tea. If you've got even a small compost pile, or access to some finished compost, you can make this microbial super drink for your soil. All you need is a bucket, some water, a little compost, and a way to stir. The process is simple. Steep a handful or two of compost in a 5-gallon bucket of water for 24 to 48 hours, stirring occasionally to introduce oxygen. After brewing, pour it directly onto the soil around your plants. Compost tea delivers a fresh infusion of beneficial bacteria and fungi that help unlock nutrients, break down organic matter, and crowd out pathogens. Even once a month can transform the health of a struggling garden bed. And if you've got your own compost, it costs nothing. Before tossing that banana peel in the trash, consider this. It's packed with potassium, phosphorus, and calcium, all essential nutrients for healthy soil and strong plant growth. Simply chopping up banana peels and burying them a few inches beneath the soil can work wonders. As the peels break down, they release their nutrients gradually, acting like a slow-release organic fertilizer. They also attract worms and microbes, which further aerate and feed your soil. This trick works especially well in containers and raised beds, where organic inputs are limited. And yes, it's completely free if you're already eating bananas. Used coffee grounds are an urban gardener's secret weapon. Rich in nitrogen and full of organic material, they improve soil texture, feed microorganisms, and help retain moisture. If you're not a coffee drinker, many local cafes will happily give away bags of used grounds for free. Just ask. Don't dump them all in one spot though. It's best to mix them into the top few inches of soil or your compost bin to avoid clumping. Over time, they'll soften compacted soil and act as a slow-release fertilizer, especially when paired with carbon-rich materials like dry leaves. Just 1 or 2 applications a season can make a noticeable difference. Store-bought worm castings can be expensive, but small batches can be sourced cheaply or even free from local worm farms, garden clubs, or neighbors who keep composting worms. A single cup of castings added to the base of a plant or lightly worked into the soil introduces powerful nutrients and beneficial microbes. Worm castings improve plant immunity, encourage root development, and enhance soil structure. If you can't find any locally, consider starting your own small worm bin. With just a plastic tub, newspaper, and food scraps, you can raise your own worm army and harvest castings in a few months. Cost? Usually under $10 for the whole setup. Good mulch is a miracle worker. It regulates moisture, protects microbes, suppresses weeds, and feeds the soil as it breaks down. You don't have to buy bark chips or straw to mulch effectively. Your kitchen is full of materials that can be turned into soil-saving mulch right now. Shredded paper, as long as it's not glossy print, chopped vegetable peels, crushed eggshells, and even dry leaves collected from a local park, can serve as fantastic mulch. Just spread a thin layer around the base of plants or over exposed garden beds. Not only does this keep moisture in and weeds down, but it breaks down gradually to feed the soil over time. Compacted soil suffocates roots and microbes, but before you go renting a mechanical aerator or digging up the bed entirely, look to your basic garden tools. A pitchfork, hand rake, or even a long screwdriver can be used to gently poke holes throughout the soil, creating air pockets and improving drainage. So here's the thing. This no-cost method is especially helpful in heavy clay soil or neglected beds. Water will begin to penetrate more easily, roots will stretch deeper, and beneficial fungi will spread more rapidly through the soil. Aerating once at the beginning of each season or after heavy rain, makes a bigger difference than most people realize. You know, this sweet kitchen staple is often overlooked in gardening, but it's one of the cheapest ways to boost microbial activity. Unsulfured blackstrap molasses can be diluted, about a tablespoon in a gallon of water, and poured over soil to feed beneficial bacteria and fungi. They thrive on the sugars and in turn help release locked-up nutrients in the soil. Molasses is especially helpful when used in conjunction with compost tea or worm castings, feeding the microorganisms that do the real heavy lifting underground. A small bottle costs under $5 and will last multiple applications. If you've got access to untreated wood ashes, from a fireplace backyard fire pit or even a neighbor's stove, you've got another free resource at your fingertips. Wood ash is a natural source of potassium and trace minerals and can help raise the pH of overly acidic soils. Sprinkle lightly over the soil, especially in beds where tomatoes, peppers, or flowering plants are struggling, and gently rake it in. Use sparingly, as too much can create an imbalance. But in moderation, wood ash brings new life to tired beds, especially when paired with compost or mulch. Leaf mold is just decomposed leaves, but it's one of the richest organic materials you can add to soil. It improves water retention, structure, and microbial diversity, and it's free. Just gather fallen leaves in the fall and let them sit in a pile or bag for 6 months to a year. Even partially decomposed leaves can be used as a top dressing or soil amendment. They'll break down further in place, gradually transforming poor soil into a loamy, sponge-like growing medium. Best of all, it's 100% free if you've got a rake and a place to pile them up. Reviving soil doesn't require spending big bucks or hauling in bags of expensive amendments. It starts with understanding the biology of your garden and feeding the underground ecosystem using the resources you already have. From compost tea and banana peels to mulch made in your kitchen, these methods are simple, sustainable, and honestly, shockingly effective. In just one season of consistent care, you'll begin to see softer soil, deeper roots, and stronger plants. Over time, your soil becomes a living, breathing system that feeds itself and your garden with very little ongoing input. If this guide helped you uncover the secrets to thriving soil on a budget, make sure to subscribe to Hydrohaven for more practical gardening wisdom. Share this video with fellow green thumbs who want big results without breaking the bank. And let's grow better, smarter, and more naturally together.